did the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm not a good dancer, as you can tell. My name is Teacher Jessie, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and thanks for watching this video. So, I'm coming at you today with the 3 pros and cons of teaching for GoGoKid, and why you should go ahead and sign up now if you're thinking about it and if you're interested, because GoGoKid has an amazing incentive going on right now. And just to go ahead and let you know, it's $300 worth. That's a lot of money. That's a bill. That's a car payment. That's some money. So I will get to that in a minute. But as you guys know, I am a staff developer for my public school district. And so when I was looking at a side hustle to take on, in addition to doing my PhD, I really put in a lot of research in watching YouTube videos and reading blogs as to what are the pros and cons of all the companies out there. My current daytime position, it is a heavy lift because I am working with schools and teachers on race and equity data and examining the disproportionality of school data. And that is a heavy lift. I love it. I absolutely love that. And it's needed, right? So when I took on a side hustle, I wanted to make sure it was the right fit for me. And I really wanted to look at the pros and cons. And I realized some of the videos and blogs were not necessarily giving me the answers that I needed, just because of my own personality and how I am. So today, let's get started with the 3 pros and cons. I will start first with the cons because they're not that bad. All right, number 1 of the cons. The system takes a while to update once you're done with classes. So once you've taught a series of class for a class, it is not instantaneously uploaded and then attached to your name. Rather, it takes a day or more to have that attached to you, and so that way you see it on your statistics as well as your payment. So if you are somebody like me who has limited patience and wants to see that instantaneous gratification, you're going to have to exercise a little bit of patience. It'll pay off in the long run, though, I promise, because once you see that, you're like, oh, I did that. Like, that is awesome. So keep that in the back of your mind. Number 2 for the cons of GoGoKid is that it has taken me a while as a new teacher. I'm finishing up my 3rd week now to build up my credit score. And essentially what that is the higher credit score you get, the more money you make. So a high credit score is a good thing to have. And there's a couple of things that can positively and negatively impact a credit score. Positively, 4 and 5-star feedbacks from parents, and also finishing class as scheduled and on time. Something negative that might impact your credit score and actually decrease it is negative parent feedback, like 3 stars and under, and teacher IT issues or teacher no-show issues. So those can negatively impact your credit score. It does take a little bit of time to build that credit score up to where you're making more than just your base pay. But if you stick with it for a couple of weeks, you will start racking that in, and that is a good thing. Everybody likes a little bit more money. The 3rd thing of GoGoKid that is a con for me personally, but it's a double-edged sword, is that it is so interactive. And I love that it's interactive, but it took a learning curve for me. So I put a lot of energy into VIPKid first, and they're moving more towards the interactive slides, but GoGoKid is already so interactive. And so I had to learn to read the tips at the top of the PowerPoint slides and say, okay, This means I gotta click start, I gotta click the screen, I've got to click the pointer so the student has the ability to use the pointer. You have to grant that permission. And so that is something that took a little bit of time for me to learn. Don't worry though, it only took me like 2 or 3 classes to really figure out all of these systems. And now that I've been teaching more, it is easier for me to practice with that. So that's not really a con either. So, what are the pros? The pros are, number 1, it's interactive. I have so much fun teaching an interactive lesson that I don't realize 25 minutes have gone past. GoGoKid's lessons come with storylines, they come with drag and drops and draw lines and clicks, and then you have uni at the bottom of the screen that sometimes comes up. Once the kid is done with that interactive slide, he awards them crystals. Now you still have to award crystals as a teacher too, but he awards them extra crystals and the kids love it. They go crazy for that. So the interactiveness of GoGoKid is fun for me as well as the kids, and I enjoy that. Number 2 for the pros of GoGoKid is that I love the fast parent feedback. And I don't know if it's just a coincidence or what, but I have received very fast parent feedback, almost like 10 to 30 minutes after I've completed a lesson. I get a parent feedback, and it is so good and reassuring to me because that also meets that instantaneous gratification that I look for, because I want to make sure I do good. I want to make sure I do the best that I possibly can. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the pros versus the cons, is that fast feedback also might help you raise your credit score incentive faster, which means you'd be making money faster. So keep that in your mind. And drum roll, please. Number 1, well, actually it would be number 3, but it's my number 1 as to why I like GoGoKid so much, is the massive chance to earn extra incentives. I love this feature of GoGoKid, and I have learned that it is something that I can end up making making enough money to pay an extra bill, or put some more money away to help buy a house, or whatever it might be, buy books for my PhD program. Like whatever I need, I've got that extra security, not only from the side hustle, but from all the incentives that GoGoKid provide. So that is my number 1 on my list, and I personally believe that you would be a great teacher at GoGoKid if you are interested. Something that they just did, and it is awesome. If you signed your contract between October 1st and October 27th, you are eligible for the $300 new teacher incentive. So what is this, and why is it $300? Well, I just took a training, online training for GoGoKid with a teacher, and she's phenomenal, by the way. So if you are already part of GoGoKid and you're fairly new, keep in mind that the trainings that they offer are great. They really are. So shout out to Teacher Holly. Hey, I'm a big fan. You are amazing. She mentioned that she has not seen that $300 new teacher incentive since the beginning of GoGoKid. But what that means is they have a influx of students that are willing to take classes, and they don't have enough teachers to fill that gap. So, even though the deadline to sign your contract has passed by now, could this happen again? Possibly. Are there other incentives out there? Yes. Yes, there are, and that's what's awesome. So let's cover this $300 incentive just in case you are a current teacher and you are wanting more information on this and how to complete it. So there's 3 requirements. One is that you have to complete 3 successfully as scheduled classes within the first 30 days of you signing your contract. Number 2, you have to open at least 75 peak time slots. That is 7 p.m., 7:30, 8 p.m., and 8:30 p.m. Beijing time. If you are like me and that's Eastern Standard Time, that's 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30 in the morning. And that's right before I go to work. So I'm able to open up 7, 7:30, and that's only 2. But there's also evening slots as well. And those time slots are the ones that always get booked. So this second requirement is that you have to have at least 72, you have to book these time slots or open these time slots, at least 72 hours before the class start time. And they don't have to be booked. They can expire, and that just means you can't close them. The third new teacher incentive requirement for this $300 is you cannot have a teacher no-show, a teacher cancellation, a teacher cancellation 2 hours, a teacher cancellation 24 hours, or a teacher IT finish type. You also can't have any valid parent reviews that are 3 stars and under, and you cannot have any valid complaints. And that's all within the first 30 days. So how long does this go to? If you are already signed, or if you just signed a contract with GoGoKid, it goes between October 1st and November 30th. The end of this incentive period must be 30 days after you have signed that contract. So you're looking at the 27th, just a few days ago, was the last time that you were able to sign that contract to be eligible for this. And then you would have 30 days after the 27th. But if you are just looking around and you're like, man, I just missed out on a great opportunity, hold on. And the reason for that is because if there's a new influx of students and GoGoKid needs more teachers to teach these students, guess what? You're going to have more slots booked. That means more money. So not only are they having this new teacher incentive, but they have other incentives going on all the time. So they have a November 2nd to a November 8th incentive, which is called the Hello November Peak Time incentive. And that is where you can end up earning a little bit more cash for booking peak times. And just double check to make sure you're opening your time slots for that. There's also, you've got a, what is it called? It is mind blank, Uni's Halloween Bucket Peak Time incentive. So that is where you literally can make an extra $50 just by opening all 4 peak time slots any day from October 26th to October 31st. So that one's ending today if you are within the US or within, I guess, this hemisphere. But they have so many other additional incentives that make it super, super beneficial to be a GoGoKid teacher. And that, in all honesty, is just something VIPKid doesn't have. Now, I love VIPKid. I love teaching for VIPKid. It is something that has been great, but they are 2 separate platforms. And keep in mind that VIPKid offers incentives for things like a 24-hour booking, whereas GoGoKid does not offer that incentive. But GoGoKid's incentives for like Halloween, for instance, are much bigger than VIPKid's. So weigh those and think about it. I chose to teach for both because then I can set my schedule based on when each company is offering different incentives. Therefore, I can maximize my potential profit margin. So keep that in mind. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you are interested in becoming a GoGoKid or a VIPKid teacher, please comment below or send me an email. I will most definitely email you back. My experience is with coaching teachers, so I'm looking to branch that into the online ESL world. So if you have anything that you need to ask, please don't hesitate to drop a comment. Just make sure it is a positive comment, please. I would like to keep this channel positive because it's all about teaching English and it's all about increasing the positivity of the world in which we live and caring for each other. So I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I look forward to hearing from you, and check the links below to know what am I using. That is a bulletin board. But there are some links below to help you with teacher supplies as well as my email address. So I hope to see you soon. Bye!